G'day. Today we have two Sarracenia purpureas that are in flower. Really beautiful flowers, and what we're going to try and do is pollinate them, and I'll take you through the steps that I use and how we go about doing that. Ideally you want to have two plants so that the pollen from one can be transferred to the other one, but I find they still pollinate okay even if you only have one plant. I use a Q-tip or a cotton tip to scoop up the pollen and transfer it across. And now sometimes people find these a bit tricky because they don't know the parts of the flower. So underneath the petal, in this little umbrella, is where the pollen lands. So that's not where it's produced, but I'm not sure if you can see that yellow powder in there. That's the pollen. And so it falls off from up under there, and so you can scoop some up from in there. You can also scoop some off from this umbrella here, and I'm not sure if that's if you're gonna be able to see that on that cotton there, but the yellow. Okay, and then you just transfer it across to the next flower. So these are your petals, so you lift them up, and then there's this little point here, just there in this section here. There's like a little sticky out bit, and you just dab the pollen onto that. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you need to do all of them to get like good seed set. So you just tab them on there. So we've run out a bit of pollen, so we'll go back to the other flower and we'll get some more just from there. And so we'll make sure we get all those little bits. And now we're going to do the opposite, so we're going to take the pollen from this flower and then transfer it over to this one. So on the other end of the cotton, I'll scoop up some from in here, and you can see that's loaded up with a fair bit of pollen, and we're just going to tap that on there like that. And you can actually see, you might not be able to see it with the camera, but the pollen sticks to it. Just in there, just where my thumb is, there's that little sticky out bit. That's where you put the pollen, and it sticks to it. And do that a couple times, maybe like one today and a few more times throughout the week. And then generally, if it's been successful, I find that the petals fall off. And generally when the petals fall off, that means it's been pollinated. The only issue is that it takes a long time for the seed to like grow inside the ovary. It can take a really long time, and you usually can only harvest it once the ovary starts to go brown, which is up in there. It's nice and white at the moment, but that'll start to swell and get bigger and bigger, and that's the little case that the seeds will be in. And when they're ready, it splits open and you can harvest them and plant them as you normally would. So there you go, that's how we pollinate some Sarracenias. Thanks for watching.